Hey guys, welcome back to Four Towers Films, and I'm joined by.
Doug, 218.
Welcome back.
Thank you, thank you. Repping the team. Repping the team.
Yes, baseball is back. Yeah, they lost today, but what are you gonna do?
But we're not here to talk about that.
No, we are here to talk about another game, Big Brother Canada Season 7, Episode 11. And it is the nomination and HOH episode.
Dun,
And
dun, dun.
the blood veto is now in play, and we will get to that. But first, throw back to the American one. Hey, Julie Jan. Anyway,
We get the recap.
so we get the recap of what happened, who went home, all that kind of stuff. So then we basically go almost immediately into HOH. And it is where they all have to go to the house, and each room has something that they have to remember. So, like the HOH room, there's the TV screen there. It had Adult Swim on it, which is a adult version or an hour block or something from the Cartoon Network.
It's an adult oriented.
Kind of like Cartoon Network, but it's adult oriented. So I believe it's completely online though. So, but it's launching soon here in Canada. So, they had that, and then in one of the bedrooms, it looked like it was under the sea, and they had to remember how many fish were in there. In the storage room, it was like set up for Kaylin's birthday, and they had to guess how many presents were there for her. What else? Oh, in the have not room, there were models like that were like at a spa.
Yeah.
So they had a couple questions about that.
It was a whole lot of, like, you had to be able to go in there quickly, recall
Right.
what is different from what's been in the room.
Well, no, it was like to remember what they did. And so it was like a false, true, false kind of thing. That kind of thing. So it came down to a tiebreaker between Kiki, Sam, and Anthony. So I forget what the was. It was like a number that they had to come up with.
It's one of those within the closest number to it.
But I can't. If you remember the description, but I can't remember. But they had to come up with a number closest to. Well, Sam won it, and of course she's all happy because she's target, and she said if she didn't win this one, she's probably going to be nominated. She's probably right about that. And so
cue the jump into Adam's arms, giggling, tee hee hee.
Of course, he knows he's safe, right? So he's happy about that. And he thinks he can kind of manipulate what she'll do with her, nomination. But I don't think she's not really much for pushover. So, and so of course, Dane, everybody's congratulating her like they always do.
Dane
so then Dane takes off, goes into the blue room, and just starts throwing a fit. It starts like throwing his pillow and throwing his water bottle and
pounding the bed
and all that. And I think Kiki comes in, and they're both not very happy because they know that they could be prime targets. Like Dane wants Sam out, and he's not sure if he's her target though.
Yeah,
kind of thing, but. Yeah, I don't know. She hasn't really mentioned him that much, but I think she's pretty much aware that there's a guys alliance now, really. So
let's call it what it is. She doesn't really trust Adam as much as she used to, so she's not going to say really what, if she's smart, what her full plan is.
Right. Well, because he's not telling her much, and she knows that.
Yeah.
She knows he's keeping a lot from her. So so she's not going to tell him everything either. So, of course, they start to scramble, She's thinking Mark because she doesn't really talk to him. She thinks he's shady, all that. A little bit else to her, he's kind of thinking of maybe turning against the guys' alliance. But he's not really. He could have last week during the double eviction, but he didn't. So.
If things had gone his way, might have been a different HOH episode this week.
Maybe. I mean, I think though if he maybe had kept Chelsea instead of going with the house and voting her out. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe. Well, yeah,
it's hard to say.
It's hard to say what would have happened, but depends if you got, because she was actually working with Sam, so and they knew that. So, and also she's thinking Kiki because she's heard Kiki has thrown her name out. She's kind of like focused mostly on those two. Although she doesn't trust Dane and she knows he would come after her too, which she's absolutely right about. He's wanted to get her out pretty much from day one because he wants to get her away from Adam.
Well, and
because it's not good for the pretty boy alliance.
The pretty boys aren't good for each other right now. Let's be honest.
Well, yeah, and now, see, the thing is, the guys don't seem to think that everybody else in the house kind of caught on that there is a guys alliance, but they pretty much have. Sam, nobody's confirmed it, but she's pretty much sure. She's basically has said so to Adam.
Yeah, tonight's episode, she's like, I know you're working with.
They were talking in the storage room, and she basically said that, and he's like, no. Like, she goes, I know. Don't let Chelsea get in your head. And she's like, it's not just Chelsea. I see it myself. You know.
Well, whatever it is, I'm breaking it up.
Right. And she basically said that to him. So, of course, what's he going to say? All right. And he's like, I'm not going to try to tell you how to run your HOH and all that kind of stuff.
But you were.
Well, he's trying to steer, obviously, her away from the boys, right? So, and so she, because she's got the Wendy's, she decides to bring Anthony with her because she hasn't really talked to him much, and she wants to see where his head is. And she tells him that she's thinking of putting up Mark. And Mark, of course, he tries to talk her out of it. Oh, I really trust him. He's a great guy.
Blah, blah, blah.
Blah, blah, blah. And so she kind of knows where he stands with that. She knows they're working together.
Well, as he's blowing smoke up her body, he's also saying to her, well, whatever you need,
right?
I'm going to support you. You know, I'm here, blah, blah, blah. You know, so I'm not really going to tell you. I'm kind of telling you I am working with this cat, but also...
But not really so many words.
But also, if I'll tell you whatever I need to get me to stay.
Yeah, so you don't put me up.
So she
doesn't really trust him, but I didn't get the feeling that he's a really big target of hers at the moment, kind of thing.
Well, she almost considers him like a non-entity in the house.
Well, because I think she thinks he's kind of floating by, you know, like, yes, she knows that he'll say whatever he has to, and he's really good socially with everybody. But I think she knows he's working with the guys, pretty closely. It's pretty obvious, like, which guys are working together by this point.
And if you're not catching on by now,
then you're not paying attention. You know, really.
Go play another reality show.
You know, so I think she thinks Mark and Dane are more shady and are more dangerous than Anthony is.
Well, she
thinks Dane's kind of running the house.
Well,
and in a way, kind of has been. Like, if you think about it,
he's kind of orchestrated things like Will did for a couple of he got other people to make moves to get things done that he wanted done.
Yeah, kind of.
Like, she kind of referred to Anthony like how parents used to think of kids. He speaks when spoken to, you know.
Kind of, yeah. Well, see, I think he does. So we see it because we get to see what they don't get to see. You know, obviously, we see he does talk to the other guys, and he's pretty smart.
But he's just very mellow.
He's playing it in a way that they know he's kind of working with the others, but not maybe that he's.
I'm with them
but he's not. But he actually is pretty involved in a lot of the decision making. But see, I don't. And in a way, if you think that's smart, because she knows he's working with them, but maybe not to the same extent that maybe Dane and say Mark might be. Although I don't see Mark having as much say as even Anthony does, so I'm not really sure where their whole. Maybe that's why he comes across shady.
Look at the conversation Dane and Adam had. They're thinking he's sketchy. Mark's sketchy.
Mm.
So they think something's going on. Mark's sketching out. What's the deal? And so
because of how he talks too. Well, look how he talked with Chelsea.
Mm-hmm. It's you can see cracks starting to.
There is cracks forming. Cause even Adam and Dan were talking, which we'll get to in a minute where they were talking, but even Dane asked Adam, "Do you think there's cracks showing in the guys' lens?" He sees it, and Adam doesn't think so, but there is. I mean, obviously, Mark even last week was talking about going against the Pretty Boys.
See,
so
I'm sure outside
because he knows he's on the bottom.
I'm sure outside of the game, Adam's a nice guy, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, you can't you know that you can't put how they play the game into what they're like in real life. It's a game.
But, there are certain skills we as adults, men and women, learn is how to read a situation.
Right.
And if you couldn't adequately read this by now, that you guys aren't all gelling like you did.
Dane's picked up on it.
Yeah.
Especially with Mark, and he's not wrong.
Exactly. Dane, the lovable hockey doofus, is going, something ain't right.
And it's funny because Dane, in the beginning, said he's not the smart one, and that's why he wanted to hook up with Adam, because he thought he was smarter than him. But
it's like the roles have flipped.
Dane is the one that's picking up on Mark, maybe not 100% really being with them like he was. So that's interesting. Where Adam has completely kind of missed this,
To a certain degree, he's playing with the boys and he's got his head up Sam's butt.
See, I think he might be a little bit torn. Like he'll say Sam's on the bottom and that he's all for the boys.
Yeah.
But I think he is to an extent, but would he really be that willing to cut Sam loose if it came down to it?
That's the thing. And we don't, you don't know how you would react with that kind of moral dilemma. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You're thrown into a game where you're confined with these people and, you suddenly develop feelings for this individual, but they're also in your way to winning a prize.
Right, because only one wins.
Only one wins, right. But you're also working with these guys.
Right, which he started before he got together with Sam.
Now the issue is, do I hang with them or do I hang with her?
See, I think the more successful, and like we've mentioned before.
In previous episodes, yeah.
Those that... Yes, you have your core alliance, but you have others outside that alliance are more successful. We've seen it time and time again with the American BB, and occasionally on this one they've done the same thing. They are more successful because you have the ones your core alliance, the ones that you are loyal to, but you also need numbers on your side, and the problem is what they're doing is they're picking off those that have been allied with them. Like Chelsea, Dane wants to take off Sam. Well, they've been on your side. That they're numbers for you. Like, I don't actually understand that. To me, it's flawed reasoning. It's flawed gameplay, and it's going to come back and bite in the butt. Really.
But also, here's the thing too. He's trying to get both sides he's working with. He's trying to get Sam to get close to Dane. He's trying to get Dane to get close to Sam.
And if you think about it, that's actually good game plan on Adam's part. It makes sense.
But both sides are like sandbox kids. I don't want to play with you. I don't want to play with you.
Well, I think Sam would have played with them
if they
weren't trying to target her all the time. I don't blame her.
No.
I mean, that's why she doesn't trust them. I think she did in the beginning until she started hearing her name coming from them,
Yeah.
not just from like Kiki and stuff, who's for a long time was on the opposite side of the house,
Sorry.
but and really only because of Esty and getting close with Dane is kind of moved more as allies to them, but that's really on Dane. That's kind of Dane and Anthony's fault for that, really. Because Adam's been trying to work it, but
the best way I can describe Dane and Anthony, you remember the old Little Rascals episode, the He-Man Woman Haters Club, and they're like, nope.
Yeah, no women allowed. Nope. Can only be the guys. Well, because we've seen it time and time again. If you think about this, and see, I'm glad Sam, you'll see it. Sam said to Adam, I mean, no woman's alliance on my watch. Dane said that. No woman's alliance on my watch, so can't have that. And so Sam has obviously heard something like that along this, because, oh, gee, that's why they start picking off their own allies, because they thought, oh, no, woman's alliance, oh, the horror. And so that's why I'm glad she said to him, there's a 4 guys alliance, and I'm not having it. Yeah. You want to play it that way with her? Well, back at you.
Whatever this is,
I'm breaking it up because I can't have that. So, hey, as I say, a tit for tat kind of thing, right? So, this all discussion. So, before nominations, Arissa comes on the screen and says that there's a secret room in the house. And, of course, Damien already knows that. He's been in there twice. And he knows what's in there, and he knows where it is. So they all start looking around the house for it. So then, of course, Damien goes right to it, and Esty falls right behind him. And he's trying to make it, but she's like glued to him, kind of thing. And so he finds, and he goes, Esty. He makes it look like he hasn't been. Nobody caught on. And so they all see where they went, and they see the last Esty going. So they think Esty's the one who found the room.
And
everybody tries to get in. Esty's holding the door shut, so nobody else can come in.
They're like, where'd they go?
Where'd they go? And because they can't get can't find where the room was. So,
but that was funny watching everyone like grab the shelves.
They're trying to. But Esty's holding the door shut. And then at first, Esty goes and, of course, tries to tape the veto, and it does that alarm sound. Yeah. And Damien tries again, still alarming.
And what's funny, on the opposite side,
they can hear it. Adam can hear it. He can hear it alarming. And here's Esty's holding the door shut, and they're trying to get in, and they can hear it going off, trying to grab this veto. And so they figure we can't stay in here forever.
And Esty goes, okay, let's tell them this.
That it was locked. The door was locked. They couldn't get out.
It opened up. We came in before we could even do anything about it. The door slammed shut on us.
And it was locked.
It was locked.
And so they open the door. Oh, finally. Esty's like, oh, finally. The door locked. And so they all come in, and they all try to touch the veto. Except Adam. Adam won't touch it.
I ain't touching that.
He's like, I'm not touching that.
No way.
He looks really worried. I'm not touching it.
Well, because it's
they don't know what it is.
It's red and gold, and it's set in a stand, and it's kind of got that bloody overflow, right. And then it's like,
she's like, not touch, no. And it's you touch, and this alarm goes off. So that's actually where Dane and Adam were talking in that room, because they just leave the door open now, and every once in a while somebody tries to go and grab it, but they can't. So, fast forward to the next day.
And here comes...
And, of course, it's pretty early morning. Here comes Dane. I'm going to go get it. Well, if we couldn't get it before, it makes you think we're going to get it now. Well, So he goes in. It's gone. It is not. And he's like, he just looked on his face. Oh. He's just standing up.
Half-dressed.
He's got his hoodie half on, like,
one sleeve in.
And he's like...
So he pulls the rest of his shirt on.
He goes running for the HOH room.
Did you take it?
And he goes, did you take it? The veto's gone. And Sam's like, what? What are you talking about? He goes, it's gone.
And what's funny, he starts yakking off that Adam's got it.
He
Adam's
thinks
got it.
Adam has. I don't know why, but he thinks Adam has it.
He's telling everybody Adam's got it.
Well, Adam's not. I guess they can't find Adam's up. He asked Sam, Adam's up, but they don't know where he is. So they start searching the house for him. No, they can't find him. They don't know where he is. And they think Adam's got it. He tells everybody Adam has it without actually concrete proof.
And here comes Adam.
Adam comes sauntering out, and they said, "Do you have the veto?" And he's like, no. Like, it's gone. So they all kind of gather around, wondering what happened to it. Somebody's got it.
And big brothers.
And so, of course, like they'll close off the backyard for after competitions or before competitions, like for veto or whatnot. So then Sam gets called to the HOH room.
And then
so she goes up, and the backyard opens up, and Corey notices it. So they'll look around, and there's like those button where they answer questions.
Like
stuff.
Yeah, those red
the red buttons kind of thing. And so Sam is upstairs. She can't get out. She's in her HOH, and
the TV screen
comes on, and she sees what's going on downstairs. So they all go out, and in the middle is like this sheet over something.
A display.
And so there's
big dramatic flourish. It gets risen.
And it's the blood veto. And then they read what's on the screen. And basically, they have to come to a unanimous decision on who gets this veto.
And whoever gets it
is saved for the week.
Can't be nominated.
And can't be a replacement nominee.
But that's all they know.
But that's all they know. They don't know what this veto does. We still don't know the kind of power this blood veto has. They don't say it all in this episode. So maybe Wednesday, maybe who knows? It's still a mystery. So they all start talking, and Kira says, "I should get it." And they're like, "Why should you get it? You're saved. Sam's not going to nominate you." She goes, "That's why I should get it, because I won't use it. I don't have anything to gain from it. Don't have anything to lose from it. I've been on the block three times, and it could be a bad thing. We don't know actually what this thing is. And then it could be detrimental to who wins it."
Then all of a sudden, Esty's
like, "I want it because she, Kiki or her might be going up, or Dane could be going up, and Dane thinks he should have because he knows he could be in trouble."
Then Mark chimes
in. And even Kiki, she just says, she knows she's going on the block, but she's willing to fight it out.
Yeah.
Even for the regular veto. Adam thinks she should just give it to Kira. She makes sense,
Yeah, that's Adam's covert way of saying, I don't want to rock the boat or draw attention to myself.
Basically, yeah.
By going, yeah, Dane, you should get it, buddy. You should take it.
Well, he doesn't want to side with either Mark or Dane at this point, kind of thing. He doesn't want to make it even more obvious that even though it already is, dude, is pretty obvious. But he doesn't want to make it even more so. So, I don't think they really fought that hard for it, and they all decide, okay, we'll give it to Kira.
Well, see, that's the problem. We didn't see the whole flim-flamming back and forth. We saw like bits and pieces.
But to me, I think if there was more of an argument, it would have been they would have shown more of it, but they didn't. So
it's a veto.
It's a veto that could have extraordinary power for all they know, and they just basically handed it to Kira, who, just because she promised she wouldn't use it, they believe her. Would you believe her?
I'm going to tell you, if you and I were in this situation, I'd tell you whatever I needed to tell you for me to get the veto.
Exactly.
And you would vice versa.
Exactly. I'm telling you what I need to tell you to get me that power.
If it gets me the bling, I'm going to sing.
Well, exactly. I'm going to tell you what I need to tell you to get this power. Yes, it could be a bad thing, but it's still a veto, so it's probably not.
That's the thing.
Who knows?
There's not enough information.
Not yet. But they handed it over to Kira anyway.
And then Dane
So Kira's got it.
And Dane stomped off, ticked off again.
Well, because then Dane takes off, and Adam and Sam go up to the room, and even Adam said, and even the other, well, as Steven says, if you really wanted it, why
Why didn't you
fight
fight
for it?
for it?
You didn't want it that hard. And then even Adam said that he tells, because Sam saw the whole thing on the screen. Even Adam said, tell me, like, if you were that worried that you were going to the block when you fought for, I would have stayed there all day. I would have just handed it to somebody who's not even on your side.
That's what Adam said. He goes, I would have tied that up all afternoon.
Would you honestly give this kind of a power you know nothing about to a person you've had in the block 3 times,
and you don't
twice in one day?
You don't know how much of a chip on her shoulder she's got.
Exactly. Just because she said she wouldn't use it. Why would you think so? Like, how do you know she wouldn't use it? She's not stupid. You know, I would if I had to.
If it meant kicking somebody that had done me wrong, I'll tell you whatever you have to hear. And then when the opportunity strikes for me to use it to hurt your game
I would
in any
use
way,
woo, as anybody, any normal gamer would.
Yeah,
you know?
Anyone who wants to win, you're gonna draw first blood.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, exactly.
And, it's funny. They're all sitting there grumbling and griping. Well, sorry, kids. That's buyer's remorse. He all rolled over and said, okay.
He rolled over.
Let's all press the big red button.
And see, this is the problem with the house that votes the way whoever's in power wants them to. Yeah. Instead of saying, you know what, I could be in danger this week. I'm not just handing it over to somebody who's not on my side, who we've put up and has basically I've always said we're going to get rid of. Are you really going to hand over a power that you know nothing about to somebody else when you can meet it yourself? Yeah. I wouldn't.
See, it kind of reminds me of those science experiments when they combine animals into a enclosed structure and then start doing regular stimulus to them, and everyone just falls in line.
Right.
Okay. Now we've got everyone. Every season, everybody just falls in line with what the HOH wants.
You see it so many times. It happens almost every year.
It's like you want to go, what's in the water to get these guys to just go, okay.
Well, I think the problem is because even Sam just wants to make a big move, but she doesn't know if it's good for her game right now. Chelsea wants, like you see, it happens all the time. Anybody actually wants to play the game, make a big move, like Laura, like Chelsea, out the door they go, because it's not what the whole contestants want. It's not what the majority wants. They want to pick off the floaters, so they want to pick off who they consider the weak players, like Eddie or like Kira, but not make a big move. And if you really want to win this game, you've got to make bigger moves. You can't keep these people ahead of you or in the game because they're playing it and like really kind of better. And of course you're going to hand the game to them, not to somebody who just went along with the flow.
For sure.
Because they deserve it. I mean, like, look, when you think of the Big Brother players, you think of like Will, you think of like Dan, you think of like
Boogie to a certain lesser degree.
Boogie, although to me, I think Boogie was I think Boogie was carried a little bit by Will, but at least he played. You know, like he wasn't somebody who just went along with the flow. He had his, as I say, ride or die with Will, and like he did things socially.
Yeah. He had a strong,
he had a good social game.
Well,
so you wouldn't necessarily call him like a weak player, but I'll always kind of default more. You guys think differently, let us know. But I think he defaulted more to Will. I think Will brought him along a lot in that game.
What about the little kid that got Boogie out? Ian.
Oh, I think he played a phenomenal game, Ian.
And
they thought he was a weak player, and he wasn't. Just like I think Kira, they're underestimating her.
And
I think she's like an Ian.
And you just given her the magic.
And now you've given her exactly. You don't even know what this power is yet. They gave it to her.
They just all looked at her and went, okay.
She's kind of like a Dora Course. I'd be watching her.
And I love how here she's got this bling on, and they're all sitting in the living room like a bunch of nattering old
Yeah,
biddies, and
regretting it.
and here comes Kira walking through with that
But
thing, the chain on, and you could say she was just going from point A to point B, but you could also say
it's psychological.
she was sticking it to you, going, "I got you."
To give me the power.
I got you all to give it to me, and now you're all peed off.
Well, it's true.
Yeah.
If you really wanted it, why'd they hand it over to her? Like,
tough,
fight for it.
Tough luck, Buttercup.
You know? Ow! I don't know. You never know. She just might go far in this game. Because I think they're seriously underestimating what she's doing.
And here's the thing, though. You don't give somebody the bullets to put in the gun to kill you with it.
So this is the thing. Just all she had to say was, "I won't use it. I know I'm safe, so I've nothing to gain by using it, and it could be a bad thing." Yeah. And we don't want
it. I'll push the button. Now you push the button, okay?
Yeah.
And 1, 2, 3, 4.
And I think because Adam, he got the guys to fall because of the pretty boys. So because they think he can kind of control what Sam does. Yeah. So I think that's why they went along with that too.
Let's be honest. Dane threw him a look like
Dane didn't have Dane fell in line. He could have fought it. He really should know. He could be in danger. Regardless of who she nominates first, there's still another veto plus this veto. Who knows what she's liable to do? If it was me, I'd take a shot at him because she knows he's taking a shot at her. So why not pick him off? You've got the votes now to do it. Mm-hmm. Don't wait when you don't. Do it while you got the chance. Really, because you might not get another shot. So take it while you got it.
See, that's the thing. This guy is like a darn tick. If you don't pull him out of there now.
The thing is because he's playing a good social game. He's got the pretty boys, plus he's got Esty, by extension Kiki. Mm-hmm. I think Corey gets along well with him. That's the problem, though.
He's wormed in, so far, and he's done it the right way.
Oh yeah, he's playing a good game that way.
I will give him that.
The thing is, say whoever wins POV, how would you like?
There's the question.
How would you like the regular POV? Whoever wins regular POV, should they use it to take off whoever is that? Well, basically, it goes to nomination, and it's she nominates who we figure. She nominated Mark and Kiki, which was no surprise. She pretty much was talking about that the whole game, really, or the whole episode. So with throwing in Anthony and Dane, but she never really leaned toward them really that much. A little bit, but not much. She's mostly leaning toward Mark and Kiki. So whoever wins POV, if they use it, what would be smart if they use it would be to maybe put Dane up in their place, and not like Esty or not like, because really you're just picking up yet another girl, which is what the boys want anyway, and a potential vote for you later on, because they also kind of don't trust Mark. And do you have enough votes to get Mark out? You might right now. The boys probably would vote against whoever else you put up. Like if you leave Kiki on there, like whoever wins POV, and they take like Mark off, say, if you put Dane up,
he'd be gone.
Well, then I think Kiki might go, but you'd have Esty having to decide between Dane and Kiki. Who would she choose? She's loyal to both of them. The boys obviously going to vote Kiki out over say Dane. But where would Corey go? I think she'd probably vote Kiki out over Dane. I think
there's too many variables yet.
See, this is the thing. If you could It really will depend on who wins POV and if this blood veto comes into play too. But if she can, by any chance, if Mark's still on the block, if they use it, take Kiki off, I would throw Dane up there
At least one
because
of
then
them's
at least
gone.
one of the pretty boys goes home, and then they're split because only two guys would vote, Anthony and Adam,
and scare the crud out of the other one.
And who would you vote for?
Mm-hmm.
Who would you get rid of Dan? Would you get rid of Mark?
And whichever one of them came down.
I think Mark would probably go though, between Dan and Mark, personally.
And whichever one of them came down, I'd take them aside and go, feel how close you came?
I don't think the boys have Dane's pretty loyal to them.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't matter if they threatened him or not. They don't really need to say they're pretty much pretty boys all the way. But,
but if
there are cracks showing in the pretty boys. Like Mark said last week, he's willing to do a big move against them if he's smart, because he's on the block right now.
Start campaigning, dude.
Depending on who wins POV,
start campaigning.
You might want to get in Sam's ear that you're willing to work with you and vote however way you want to go if you really want to make a big move. But we'll see what happens.
Say, do, and be whatever you need to be to get your butt out of the hot seat.
Because and I think he knows that he's on the bottom of the pretty boys. It's time to make other connections.
Other strategies.
Because they have. Adam has Sam, and Dane's got Esty and a couple others. So if you're smart, you'll do the same.
As they say in spy movies, the plot thickens.
So that is it for the HOH nomination episode for this week. Blood veto is in play. Kira has it. No idea what the power is at this point. Not even based on the feeds at this point. So we're not keeping anything from you. But we do know who has won the regular POV, which we'll find out on Wednesday if you watch the show. And if not, you will find out Thursday when we upload our recap of the POV episode.
So that
it'll be an interesting one because you have to come back for that and see how they use the POV and who won the POV. If they do, who gets nominated in their place. Hey guys, thanks for watching. Hope you guys had a great weekend. Give it a like. And don't forget to subscribe. Hit that notification button so you know
when it's
up there. The pretty little button bell up there. So that you know when I upload every Big Brother Canada episode we upload. So
hey, personally, congratulations on she just got 11 subscribers, guys.
Woo, thanks, guys. Loved having you guys here. Hope you're enjoying our videos. And don't forget to comment. Let us know what you're thinking of the season and who would you like to win. All right, we will see you on Thursday because we do it the day after, just because work scheduling. Yeah. Take care. See you then.
Bye, guys.
Bye.